Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. We just recently tried out my new acquisition, the Schick adjustable from the 1960s, maybe 70s. This is a Type M. They had a few different iterations of this with different adjusters, a little bit different writing on the handle. But yeah, this was a really pleasant shave, and I kind of want to follow down the same route and compare this to something. And you guys remember, maybe if you have been around for a while, we already tried this adjustable injector razor by PAL, which is from the same time period. They were kind of trying to get their foot in the door into the market of the injector razor that was started by Schick. Schick magazine repeating razor, I think, was the original title when Colonel Schick invented something similar. Of course, not exactly this, and it was not adjustable either. But PAL, they wanted to kind of, take a bite of the market, so it's very similar in design. The mechanism is fairly similar. They just made it more space age, stainless steel plastic handle. And I had a little bit of an issue when I first reviewed this with some blade alignment, and it wasn't adjusting really well. But I want to give it another try. We already talked about the injectors that you can get in the key of the injector. So the key has to fit into the injector razor like this. And most vintage injector razors, they kind of share the same key design. So all those injectors here, this is made by Parker. The Parker blades, unfortunately, are not known to be really consistent in sharpness. So a lot of people just use this injector when it's empty, when the blades are all gone, and then you can just feed new blades in there. And one of the blades that I was recommended are these here, Persona Mini Hair Shaper blades. And this little magazine thing here is actually doesn't have a key. It's not an injector that fits an injector razor right out of the gate. These blades here are made in the United States. And now let's take a quick look at this thing here. So overall, the housing or the little cartridge here is about the same. The only thing that's missing is this little key extension. But what you can do is, let's try to do this here all in front of camera. So you slide this back, the blades get pushed up by a spring, and then you just slide out a blade, grab it, be careful, it's sharp, and then you take your injector. And I've dropped it on the ground. My goodness. I keep dropping everything that I do in front of camera. It's really annoying. And then you need to push down the blades that are still in there. So I will do the start here real quick. How did I do that last time? Let's see. Oh yeah, I have a pen here. So I push down on the blades that are still in there, just compressing the spring a little bit. It's really not super complicated as long as you're not trying to do that in front of camera. So alright, so now the top blade in here is from the Persona Black package. It just slides the new blade in, and Bob is your uncle. Here's the old one. And then you pull the key out and it all aligns perfectly. So this is the Persona blade. Now we're going to try to do the same one more time. So I get another one out of those Persona blades out. They are actually rather affordable, the Persona blades. They're like 40 cents a piece, so not super terrible. But there are some other injector razor blades that are rather pricey. And I'm still not 100% sure which one actually fit the vintage Schick or the PAL or the Parker. Okay, let's try this again. No, it's not. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. I guess we got it now. All right, old blade out. New blade all the way in. And then you pull the key out. And then the blade supposedly lines up. It doesn't. I don't know what it is with this razor. But here on the end, there are a couple little tabs, and the cutting edge is supposed to sit on top of that. Now it looks like it actually slid past that, and I don't know if I can get that in place. Maybe, let's see. Without damaging the blade. That's the main problem here. This is really, really strange. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I don't think I damaged anything. Okay, I don't know what it is with my PAL here, but it's the 1960s razor. They were somewhat popular in the injector razor market because of the fancy materials and all that. So no brass, but stainless. The adjuster seems to be working. All right, Persona blades, 2 injector razors. Now I get a little bit of oil on this one here because I oiled it up last time. I have some razor oil, which is mineral oil based, so you can put that on your skin without harm. What else are we going to use? We're going to shave with Shella shaving soap today, or shaving cream, I should say. We also have the matching aftershave balm. Love it, love it, love it. Cella, especially the cream here, the soap, is almond scented, which I really like and matches, you know, the season, Halloween and fall and all that stuff. I've already prepped it, got some cream here in my shave bowl. The brush that we're going to be using is my Everready C40 that I had drilled out, filled with epoxy and glued in a new knot. Synthetic, you know, very nice. And we're going to use Paraso White Pre-Shave. But before we do that, let me just grab those 2 injector blades that are still sitting around here and chug them so that we don't cause any injuries here. All right, let's do some pre-shave. Good stuff. The Paraso White pre-shave is a little creamier than the green. The green is a little thicker, not as compliant, I would say. All right, so let's grab the brush and my little bowl here. Now I'm just going to dip my brush into water. Synthetic doesn't need to be pre-soaked. And we go right in here. And we're just going to do a little lather. And then we're going to do a little shaving. So how are you guys doing? I'm doing well. It's my week off. Get to, you know, spend some time at home, finish up some of the DIY projects. Yesterday I upgraded the desktop computer that my kids get to use. So my kids don't really have their own personal electronic devices. They don't have their own computers in their rooms. I mean, my oldest is a 14-year-old. Kid in the middle is 13 and the youngest is a 9-year-old. So we have a desktop computer in our living room on a little desk on the side in a public area where they can share that computer. They don't have their own. And we figured that is the best way of, you know, limiting screen time, controlling what they're looking at. Of course, the computer is all locked down. I'm the administrator. I can only install software and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, upgraded their computer yesterday a little bit. So they got a faster CPU, more RAM, in a new case and all that stuff. And yeah, just put that together yesterday. I don't buy PCs usually. I build them myself. I buy individual components and then bolt them together and install Windows and all that stuff. And sometimes the kids help me, sometimes they don't. And then at the same time, I did a little bit of an upgrade to my video editing desktop computer that I use for the channel here. Oh, look at this. So creamy, so nice and creamy. Let's add some more water. Yeah, so at the same time, I gave that a little bit more muscle. So I got a faster CPU, a better motherboard. And sooner or later, with video production going as fast as it is going, I might have to increase some storage in there soon too. So yeah, that's what I was doing yesterday and today, finishing touches. And now we're shaving, and then later we're going to go out for dinner. All right, here we go. Look at this. Wonderful. So I'm going to scrape off a little bit into my bowl. There is too much on the brush. Let's go right into my face. And I can tell you, if you have never tried Cella, and if you do like this almond scent, not necessarily the taste, you know, people are a little split about this. Some people like almond, some people don't. I think I told the story before. As a kid, I didn't like marzipan at all. My grandmother would always buy me marzipan for Christmas, and I would always like, but I don't even like it. And then my sister used to eat it, or my mother, or someone, but I didn't like it. And then surprisingly, now that I'm an adult and I'm living far away from Germany where that marzipan stuff for Christmas is so common, now I actually kind of crave it sometimes. And this stuff here smells so nice. I almost want to take a bite out of it. It's so yummy. All right, so here we go. Let's just do the PAL on my right side. And I'm looking at the alignment one more time. I have it set to, yeah, it's set to high. That makes no sense. So when I turn the knob to L, which I'm assuming means low, the blade gap is the highest. And if I turn it over to high or to H, the blade gap is the smallest. So someone please help me here. I have no idea. This makes no sense to me. So here you can see this. My knob here on the backside is turned to L, and now I'm turning it to H. And it becomes totally floppy and loose. So I have no idea what's going on with this razor. Let's just try it and see how it goes. Yeah, not bad. The blade seems to be sharp enough to slice right through. So we're at lowest setting, or at least the lowest blade gap. Very good. Yeah, no complaints. Even though the razor is kind of confusing to me and the adjuster doesn't make any sense. Really makes no sense. Maybe there is a little dot missing, that in this position it's low, but I can't turn it that way. So I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's try it the other setting. Now we're with the largest blade gap. It does shave. And I guess that's the main purpose of the razor. Gotta say, the blade seems to be a good one. Seems to be sharp. No tugging. Let's do that with the Schick now on the other side. I don't even know what setting I'm at. Let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, we were almost all the way open. Kind of like halfway open. I mentioned that I had a little bit of some issue with clogging between the blade and the close comb. That seems to be kind of a common thing. A lot of people shave with those injector razors under the shower, or they have the water running here in the sink to rinse that off immediately. So that seems to be kind of a common design feature of those razors. It's a little bit kind of a, you know, very restrictive design. There is not much opening where the lather can go, but they shave really well. So halfway open. Here on this one, when I turn the adjuster, it actually has an effect. It goes up and down, just like you would expect. On this one here, it feels like really only a little bit of that adjusting room here. There's no effect anymore. So I don't know what's going on here. I just open it up as far as I can. Here, you guys get a little bit closer look at this. When I first got this, I was really excited. I thought this looks really cool, you know, the stainless steel and the black plastic handle. And I thought this was a really quality piece of kit. And maybe someone can explain this to me. Maybe this is normal, or I just got a lemon. I have a bad one here. I wonder if I could send this one to Razor Emporium to get it tuned up. I don't know if they do injector razors too. But hey, it shaves, and that's the main purpose, right? We're like a little bit all over the place, yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoy the Schick injector. I contacted Supply and I asked if it would be possible for me to get a review sample of the Supply Pro, the adjustable razor they make. I showed you last time. I have the Supply SE, as they call it, with a nick prevention, nick protection technology. It's actually an open comb, and we will shave with this one here in one of the next few videos. I want to try this again with you guys and maybe compare it against my Schick. I mean, the Schick adjustable, as ugly as it is, with all the worn plating and all, so it's not a collector's item here, I think. This is my benchmark now. This is really a well-rounded, nicely shaving injector razor that functions well, and yeah, I enjoy. And now we're gonna compare all those other injector razors against it, which includes the Parker that I have here in my drawer that we definitely will try out one more time. All right, let's finish up this last little bit here. Do a little inspection. There's some left here at my jawline, but overall they both did a pretty good job. I just like the fact that the Schick actually does what it was designed for. It adjusts properly. It doesn't get stuck. It doesn't, it doesn't have any problems pushing a blade in there. And this one was already the second time. And after the first shave that I had loading problems with, I went through this entire thing. I rinsed it out. I ultrasonically cleaned it one more time and then oiled it to lube up the mechanism in there. But it still seems to be a little sticky and not moving as freely as it should. All right, let's lather up again with Shella. It's so lovely, I tell you that. So nice. Yeah, Schick razors, they have been out of production for a while. There's still Schick razor blades available. Most of them are nowadays made in China. So all the injectors that you can now get where a pack of blades or an injector with 20 blades in it costs like 20 bucks or even more. They are most likely made in China. And then, yeah, the Persona blades that I just found, they're the same length. They fit right into the injector, and really this cartridge here, it looks like someone took an injector and just cut the key off. So it's the same thing. And supposedly there are some Schick B20 blades, which I'm going to order. They are also really good, and they will also fit in there. They also have no key on the little cartridge. All right, let's do another pass across the grain. Here's the PAL again. Both of those razors were available at the exact same time, early 60s to early 70s. I think PLA was PLA. I always want to say polylactic acid. That's a filament for a 3D printer, PLA, but of course I mean PAL. So the PAL suddenly came to market when the Schick razor company here, the Schick company, lost a bunch of their patents, or patents eventually expire, and then other brands can come out and kind of copy or replicate. So they were literally direct competition to each other. Oh, you know what? Let's do against the grain down here. Yeah, gotta say, it shaves really well. It just doesn't, the adjustment mechanism isn't really good. It's kind of hung up and weird. And yeah, high and low does not make any sense. Or maybe it means low in terms of lowering the close comb, and then high means bringing it up but I don't know. Confusing. All right, let's do this with a Schick. Yeah, if you have a specific favorite injector razor blade, put a link down below. Share with the other guys here. Share with me what brand, model, and all that. Very specific, so that I can try to find them and buy them and try them. Or if there is any kind of fancy, still in production injector razor that I have not heard of. Or maybe some other vintage that I should try. I feel like if I would walk into my local antique store, I could buy a bunch of Schick non-adjustable injectors, but I don't know if they are any good. Oh, I missed a little bit up here, so let's fix that. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Both of them. I do like the Schick a little better. And it feels a little nicer. And I have more adjustment room. But yeah, this is a good result. Here's a little bit left on the PAL side, actually on both sides. Maybe I do a little pickup pass here with a Schick just to finish it off. Yeah, shaving result, they're fairly similar, but from the mechanical, side, the Schick is a little nicer. And same age, so the PAL really doesn't have any excuse. Very good, I like it. All right, let me rinse off real quick. Alrighty, very nice. No nicks, no injuries. Shaving result is great. The scent of that soap is just heavenly. And forgot to rinse off my Ever Ready here. Let's do that real quick. So if you want a brush that kind of looks like this in this very vintage two-tone, the ivory plus red, this is a vintage American-made Ever Ready C40. You can still find them used. You could do what I did and just drill out the original knot. Don't be surprised, the handle is actually hollow. Nowadays, most handles are resin. They are kind of cast and then machined into the shape of a handle. This one here was injection molded, I would assume. And the two pieces here, the two colors, are actually glued together. So this is much more cheaply done than what they do nowadays. But if you want a brush like that, you could get this puppy here. This is by Fine. It's a Fine Shave. This is a 20mm knot fine shaving brush and has exactly the same design. The dimensions are identical, I would say. So they picked up this old vintage Ever Ready style and made it their own. I don't know exactly where they make those, but I can put a link down below to Fine Shaving. They back in the days, they sent that to me to try it out, and I still like it a lot. I think they call it angel hair, the bristles they use. Very nice, very soft. Alrighty, let's put on some aftershave here, or aftershave Balsamo Dopo-Barba. Trying to speak Italian now. I'm struggling with English and German. They're kind of competing with each other. So someday my English is better than my German, and then other days it's the other way around. This unfortunately does not have the almond scent. It's more generic, kind of a flowery, floral, maybe fruity. You could maybe call it fruity almost. But it's nice and creamy, so it calms down the skin really nicely, and I like that stuff too. So first almond and then fruity, or whatever. Established in 1899, so Cella has been around the block for a few years. Alright guys, that was already it. you can tell I'm kind of excited about the injector razors, that I finally found one that actually works and shaves nice and doesn't have any loading issues. I mean, this thing was kind of grungy when I got it, and then I brushed it, and then I ultrasonically cleaned it, and then I disinfected it in rubbing alcohol, and it's like, you know, not very pretty. I didn't try to polish it much because that usually just rubs off the plating even more. But now I would really like to see if the Supply Pro, which is an adjustable injector razor, if that is kind of, you know, similar or even better. And we'll see what happens. And I guess we will see each other in the next video. Take care. Bye.